In this video, we're going to take a look at my favorite metal targets for training, why I like them so much, and hopefully give you the info that you need so you don't waste your money. Make sure you check out the kit page to enter the giveaway because TA didn't hold back. They're going to be sending the winner a complete target system. You can check out the kit page if you want more details on that. Speaking of which, the best way to support the channel and how you can join the giveaway is by becoming a member of the kit page, where I provide discount codes and organize all the links to everything I talk about on the channel. Huge thank you to the sponsors of the channel, and yes, I will be talking about TA Targets more in the full disclosure in a second, but TA Targets is a sponsor of the channel, and I believe they are one of the best metal target manufacturers out there. They make fantastic and innovative products. Guns Online, thank you. YouTube hates them, and you should love them even more because you can now get suppressors through them. Speaking of which, now through the end of December, if you buy a qualifying Banish can, you'll receive a free Banish 22K version 2 suppressor, which is awesome. And of course, Optics Planet, make sure you use the new code GMEN at checkout, which will discount even your ammo through the month of November, plus free shipping on orders over $49. Full disclosure, yes, TA Targets is a sponsor of my channel, but I want to make it clear that they are not a sponsor because they chose me. They are a sponsor because I love and use their products, and I wanted to be associated with them based on the value they bring in both the products they make and their values as a company. I fully believe in what they are doing, and I'm grateful we could partner up. So with that being said, yes, they are a paid associate on my channel, but I've always been honest about the products I review, and it's not going to change ever. I would make this review regardless because I personally love the products that TA makes. At the end of the day, do with that what you will. All of this was sent over to the channel for free, not just for this review, but so I could test and actually see if their products were any good. But I'm happy to spoil the video here. All of their products are amazing. So with all of that, feel free to do with this information as you will. Here are some of my favorite products TA Targets makes. You've seen some of these in videos I've created, or you may have even shot one of these setups at a GUNMEN range day. Granted, the ones you're going to see today have been thrashed due to the range days, but honestly, I'm absolutely shocked at how well these have held up, especially considering the range days are all held at ranges with the longest distance being 50 yards. So most of the time, these are being shot at 50 yards or closer with all types of ammo and barrel lengths hundreds of times for the last 3 months. I'm personally shocked that they aren't worse than they are. Starting with my favorite setup and the one I use the most, these are their half-inch AR-550 C-Zone and reduced C-Zone target with their ADAP top bracket, which sits on a 2x4. And down at the base, I have and use both their Gen 3 round base and also their breakdown base, which I love both almost equally. I would say I never really break down the breakdown base, but it's nice to be able to if I needed to. Overall, these are exceptionally strong targets, with their base being very rigid and durable as well. You can see how if you shoot it at just the right angle with the right round, you can take a chunk out of the metal, but I would say this is really only common on mine because my targets are shot hundreds of times by people of all skill levels, again at close distances, and probably at much closer what the metal is actually rated for, and they're still holding up amazing. In fact, they are so confident in their 550 steel that with their half-inch C-Zone option, you get a lifetime warranty, which is really impressive. They're definitely a company that stands with their products and wants to make sure that you're taken care of as a customer, which I personally really appreciate. One of the things I noticed about these targets first is the quality and care that they've put into both the packaging and the product itself. They're painted very aesthetically with high quality paint, and everything's packaged in a way where it really takes care of the product until it gets to your door. One feature I really like on this setup is you can adjust the amount of forward lean the target has, which helps reduce spalling and also helps absorb the impact of the round, so you can safely shoot at closer distances, as well as making your target last longer in general. They made it super easy to adjust and use, but I've pretty much set it where it is and I haven't moved it since, and it's worked out pretty great so far. After using these for a while, some of the things I've noticed that I don't really like that much, but there's no way around it, are the fact that these things are not light by any means. A half-inch 550 steel is really heavy, so just be aware of that, though I really do like their reduced C-Zone option for that reason, as it's way lighter and you can get all the benefits of the full-size version, minus of course the size when shooting at distance. The other thing is how many 2x4s I go through, but you may not even have that be an issue because mine are shot at way more than the average consumer. But if you do shoot an insane amount and you hate buying 2x4s, I would maybe consider their auto reset popper option, as it's a solid unit that stands on its own without wood, so nothing to replace or ruin, which is pretty awesome. Now their Exodus target systems are really more for intense training. It's for guys who want to shoot a bunch at any distance with multiple rounds, not worrying about if they're going to destroy their targets. Obviously, you're going to pay more for higher quality steel and those benefits. If you're looking for something that's less intense but also still is quality at a more affordable cost, then their Genesis system is the way to go. These are all made from 3/8 Air 500, which is still awesome steel, but you'll need to make sure you follow their guidelines for what you're able to shoot at what distance. You can also get the Exodus system in the 3/8 inch, which is a little bit less expensive, but these are much less expensive as they are using AR 500 steel instead of AR 550. With this lineup, they have a ton of different options for sizes, and they also have different mounting options. For example, they still have a mount for a 2x4, or you can choose a mount that connects to a metal T-post, which is nice because they're much smaller, easier to pack, and will likely need to be replaced less often. So for a lot of people, this is really the way to go. They are overall less expensive, and you still get something solid for training. It also solves the problem of weight, as these are much lighter. I do want to make sure I touch on how important it is to not only train with metal, but also to train with paper. If you're only training with metal targets, then you're really missing a lot of valuable lessons when it comes to form and actually improving your capabilities. There's really no way to track your hits on a target that looks like this unless you're painting it after every drill. The better way is just to use USPSA cardboard cutouts and track your hits with stickers or Sharpie. It's way more cost effective and it helps you actually see where you're hitting on the target, which is a big deal, especially when it comes to fixing mistakes and zeroing. I would never zero a rifle or a handgun on a metal target. You need the data that's recorded in your shot group on cardboard. That, in my opinion, is your best way to make sure you're accurately on target and good to go. TA does sell these for the lowest price I've seen at $50 for $1 each, and even less if you're a member of the kit page, so make sure you pick up those as well, as I believe they are essential for any training session. This is really going to be a relatively short video. I really just wanted to share with you what my favorite targets are and why, and show you a bit of how they have held up over time. I can absolutely recommend these. I think shooting is made so much more fun when you have a shot timer and some metal targets, and it gets me to the range to train on a regular basis, which I believe is important, and I encourage you to do the same so you can become a more effective person when it comes to defending innocent life. You won't get there without training. So what's going on with the channel right now? Currently, I am waiting on some parts for a couple new builds, but I do have a bunch of new things coming to the channel I'm excited for, especially diving into some distance shooting with some bolt guns and also some new triggers that can make it so you can shoot really fast. I do have some handguns in the works as well as a helmet setup, and I'm also doing a full video on radios and comms. All of that and more coming soon. As always, I will see you in the next one.